Alright, you guys, I have just finished BBMPulser 4B and I'd like to show you inside of it since it's open, and I have some parts here that I can go over and talk about. So let's start with the unit. Let's take a look at the board here. Right now it's handmade. I'm working on getting it printed so they would look nice, but it's working. Let me show you what we got here. So just if we go over, it's very few wires. This wire here is the trigger wire for thyristor. Then I have a reference wire from the capacitor bank. Here this red wire goes in the circuit to tells it that capacitor got charged a certain amount of voltage and it's ready to get discharged. Then I have two LEDs here coming out, one pulse and thermal protection LED. We'll go up here, up front, and then we have two wires are coming from the relay. Okay, and then I have two more wires. It's a phase coming in, 110, and it's coming out. It gets caught by relay when coil gets hot. There's a thermal switch inside there. It senses the temperature. When it gets to about 55-60 degree, it will send a signal through the wire, and the relay will shut off the power through these wires here to the charging circuit of the capacitors. So I'll move the unit to the side and we'll look on the back and through on another side. Up front here I have four capacitors. Let me see. These are the charging circuit for the unit, for the capacitor bank, main capacitor bank. Then I have heatsink, and I have four diodes on the heatsink, and then thyristor all on one heatsink, and for them it's plenty enough. I've tested it out, it's working just fine. And then I have on a bag here 12-volt DC power supply. This feeds power to the circuit, to the low voltage circuit here. And then I have switch here, and that's about it. Fan on the back here. So let's turn it on. I have a power plugged in. Let's turn it on. This is the quiet coil. You can probably barely hear it. Right now I have a copper shield in here. That's because when it comes, let me show you just a second. I make them from PCB, so one side is a copper, another side is PCB material. It's pretty strong material, and it's also pretty thin. It's 0.8 millimeter thick, so that's what I'm using for here. So I'm gonna this one cut it precisely more and use it for a next coil. Let me put this back. All right, final when I get to the final touch, I will remove this, and then I'll file the edges here, making it all nice and smooth, and then I will sand it with 1000 grit to make it all smooth and feel good to the touch when you place it to the face or other parts of the body. Anyway, right now it's pulsing and you can probably barely hear it, because this coil is fully sealed. I'm using this sealing this rubberish compound, and I place it all inside of each layer, and so that it's all permanently sealed, and so it doesn't make any loud sound or anything. It's pretty quiet. And that's nowadays the coils I build, because I figure if you make it, you know, good, then make it the best you can do. This coil still needs some work done here. I need to work it here and also file this this line here. Let me shut it off, and we'll go over a few components. Resistor. This is the tile. Let me show you what I got. Just a second. I gotta wash it and everything, but anyway, this is a ceramic tile that I would cut it here, and then I would cut the edges here and get it to this size. So it's about 4.25 on a 3-inch, 4.25 by 3. And inside here is 2 3/8, about that much. This is not finished. I need to drill more holes here for support, and also on this side, and then wind the wire. This is the wire that I'm using, 30 gauge nichrome 80 round resistance wire. Is the module, this module that goes here. I'd like to talk a few words about it. So it's made out of the back is a heatsink. Then I would drill holes in it, and I would put a mica. This is a sheet of mica, thin sheet of mica. So I'll put a mica over it here. Then I will make holes. Okay, and then I would place diodes over it, and then I would use these ribbons, blind ribbons, and I would insert it and use this hand gun to pull it out and fasten it in there. Few things about thyristor. So when I place it here, I don't want aluminum rivet to touch it, so I will have to use, just like this one here, there is a plastic piece. This allows me to go through, but at the same time, let me place it there. At the same time, I wouldn't touch it electrically, get disconnected from the heatsink with a blind rivet. So it's very important to use that piece. If you don't use that piece, you will short your capacitor bank into the ground chases of the body, and that's not good. You're not supposed to do that, because it's not gonna work. Alright, another few things. This is your thermal switch. I have 2 of them. So one is inside the unit. If you see that red component right there, that's the thermal switch. I place it inside there, and another one is right there. So that's the thermal switches that I use. Then these are the capacitors that I use to charge my large capacitors. These 4 are being used in a charging circuit. These 2 capacitors are the main capacitors that are connected in series. So I will have positive here connected to negative, and this connection here will be just independent. I'm not gonna connect nothing else here. This would be just independent connected, and then I will draw my negative out of here and positive out of here, and positive will get connected, you know, to the capacitor bank, to the charging circuit, and also to the thyristor through their coil. All right. Another thing, let me flip the unit on this side so we can see the struts. That's how it looks. That's how it looks on this side. And that's how it looks up front. I'm gonna close it later. I have show you case here. This will go over like this. Cover everything. That's how it would look when it's all closed. Alright. Alright, you guys. Just wanted to show this, how it's being built inside. I know it probably seems too much wiring, getting already confusing you, but trust me, it's not that hard. There's just a few wires. Once you get to it, it's really not that hard. This is the basic model. This model has the least amount of wires. I have other models. Oh, let me show you. Easy. Gets me lost. See how much wires just coming out of the board. And this is not all. Not everything is connected here. I have more wires right here. All this needs to get connected correctly. All right, so please like, subscribe. More videos are coming. Stay tuned, and I will be showing how coil made and how other things are made in a future video, so stay tuned.